Hello everyone, welcome to this new episode on our channel. In this episode, we're gonna talk about the gravity band EA that we were creating in the previous episode. So if you have missed the previous episode, you'll have the link on the up right corner. You can go ahead and check it out. The idea in this episode, it's episode 2, so we're gonna talk about how to put in place the trade. But guess what? We're gonna also do the episode 3. So basically try different stop loss strategies and also check what could be as results from this simple EA that we're gonna put in place. So as a reminder, last time we have created a new EA. So it was called Gravity Bands episode 1. You'll have the link in the description if you want to download it. The idea of this EA was just to read the indicator and just to read the buffers and prepare so whatever we are doing now, so doing trades, putting stop loss and so on. So if I just started in backtester and I'm checking it a little bit, so the idea on each candle, let me pause it, on each candle basically we have the values that are read from the indicator, and those values are the same that you can see here in the data window. So that's where we are. In this episode, I'm going to talk about how to put a trade, and in this episode, I'm going to talk about how we can use different options of stop loss. So let's start. So back to the code. In the code, basically, I have my indicator, I have how to configure it, I have the different buffer, and on the onTake function, I'm reading just the closed candle buffer. And now I want to start adding the trading mechanism. So what I will do first to start trading, I need basically to include the trading class. So I can go to include, so it's under trade backslash trade.mqh. I need an object which is called ctrade. Trade. So that's first for the include. Then inside the inputs, here I have inputs for the indicator. I need an input which is first the magic number. So input int magic number. So we're gonna just give it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 magic number. We need to know where to set the stop loss. As the first option, basically, we're gonna simply set the stop loss at a distance in points. So I'm just gonna put input stop loss points, and let's say you're gonna put it at 500 points. So stop loss in points. And the third thing we needed is where we're gonna put the take profit. So this we're gonna put it, let's say risk to reward. It's the simplest option we have. So input risk reward equal, for example, let's say you're gonna target 2, and this is take profit risk reward. So here I have already the inputs. I'm ready to go. So for the logic is simple. I'm already reading the information, and I need just inside the onTake, instead of just let's say printing out the buffers, use them so I can do my trades. So we're gonna start to create here a function. The function would be first, let's say check trade signals as an example. And inside check trade signals, we're gonna take the trade. So check trade signals is simple. Whenever the buffer 5, just for information, if I go back to the data, so it's the bullish BOS. So whenever the buffer 5 has a signal, so have an arrow below it or above it. Let me just take this one for example. So whenever we have a signal, the buffer 5 is no more empty. And same if you take a red arrow, whenever you have a red arrow, basically the buffer 6 is no more empty. So that's the logic that we're gonna use. We're gonna check those buffers, and based on those buffers, we're gonna take our trades. All right. So for check trade signal, in all cases, whenever we are doing check trade, let's do it here. Void check trade signals. We don't have any inputs for that. And what I would need here, basically, I need two things. I need to copy the buffer of uh, 5 and the buffer 6, basically. So all what I need to do is just I can take this instead of writing them again. I'm gonna put them here. Here I have basically the buffers. By the way, I don't need anymore to print them or to read them here, so I can just comment them up. And same for the print. So here I read the first buffer and I read the second buffer. If we are good in reading those buffers, I can, for example, try to check if it has an empty value or not. So G buffer, we're working with buffer 5. It's the position 0, it's an array. It's different than empty value and G underscore G underscore buffer 5. Well, I need to make sure that it's different from empty value and it's not negative. So also to make sure that there's a price inside it. So higher and 0. And this way I'm gonna simple open buy trade. And if I take the same, I copy it, I paste it here, and I check now the buffer 6. I will take a sell trade. I can simply basically to just make everything clearer, I can do this. All right. Now I have the buy, the check signals. So I'm checking the signals. I have a signal. I go and then open a trade. Why I'm doing this? Why I'm not doing it all in the same, let's say, open buy trade? Because if I do it in the open buy trade, I'm gonna repeat myself twice. And basically, opening buy trades is different from opening sell trades in the way you calculate the stop loss and take profit. So instead of doing, we can do it in a single class or a single function, but it will be a complex code. So I'm trying just to do it, to write more code, but make it more simpler for those who are watching this video. So let's start with the open buy trade. So what do we need here? Basically, I need the ask price because I usually buy on ask. So symbol info double. I'm gonna take the current symbol. And I'm gonna take the ask price. I need my stop loss. So basically, I'm gonna go double stop loss equal. So I have my ask and my stop loss will be below the ask. It's a input stop loss points, and this I'm gonna multiply by the point of the symbol. And finally, I have my double take profit. So it is the ask plus, in this case, I'm gonna take the input stop loss. So here I have the same distance as the stop loss. However, I'm gonna multiply with my input risk to reward. So here I have my basically my three levels. If you saw when I was showing you here the values. I'm basically printing doubles with a lot of decimals. The idea when I'm passing this information to the trade, I need to respect whatever I have here. So I need to normalize the price. There is different way to do normalization. A simple way, if you just Google normalize the information, you're gonna see that you can use stop loss equal normalize double stop loss, and we take the digits of the symbol and take profit equal also normalize take profit underscore digits. Here I have everything ready. Now what I need to do is to execute the trade. So to execute the trade, I have trade dot buy, and inside it, wait, buy is capital. The volume, let's say 0.01. As example, you can put it as later as an input, but for now let's put it here. I have the symbol, the price is ask, the stop loss is stop loss, and the take profit is take profit. And you can add a comment like, for example, GBEA. And basically we're good. Now just before we continue, I like whenever we have a trade to usually check if this trade is successful or not. So if I do if trade, if it is good, so the trade is fired, else I need just to inform the users that I have failed to open the trade. So you can go print buy trade open with success, and here I can just print buy trade failed to open. You can go more in details and more sophisticated on this to know the reasons and result code and so on, but you know what, let me just add the error code that we got. This is good, so you can know what is the reason behind the error. So usually it's trade result red code. All right, and now we need to do the sell. I'm gonna take the same as a buy. I'm gonna put it just right here. The difference is the ask is now bid, and the sell and the buy is a sell. And here it's a bid plus, and here it's a bid minus. This normalization will stay as is. The trade, I'm gonna just say sell, and here sell, and sell. And basically we are good. I'm checking the signals, I'm doing everything. I'm taking my C trade. We have one missing component. And on init, I don't have setting that trade magic number. So in this case, there's no trade gonna open. Usually to set that trade magic number, you're gonna use the trade object itself. So you can go to trade dot set expert magic number, and you're just gonna put input magic number. And now we should be good. Compile. We have an error. Here we have changed to bid, and I left the ask. So here we should be good. Compile. Here we have an EA that should take trades now. Let us jump back to the mid.trader. Let us stop whatever we had before. Let us check here. Already we have the information, so we can let the all breakout NAND. We should be good. And here I have now the magic number. I hit the stop loss and the rest reward. Let us start this EA. Let's jump here. Okay. Indicator eligible buy signal on M1. However, I don't have the buy. So there's something not going as it should be. All right, so just let us compile it again and let us launch it again just to make sure. And here we're gonna check whenever we have the signal if we're gonna have a trade, and if not, I'm gonna just double check again the code. So here I'm not taking the trade, so there's something wrong inside how we are reading the buffer. If I go down, so basically we are copying the buffer 5 from position 0, and we're taking only one. That's the problem. The problem is we're copying from position 0. Position 0, sorry, is our current candle. So it's not the closed candle. Usually, it's always like this. If you remember from the last episode, we use time series, and time series means the current candle is 0, and the last candle or the closed candle is 1. So in this case, we should be okay. Let me compile it, and we should have a trade now. We get back here, start, back to the tester. Let me put it a little bit less faster. So here should have a trade in view. Let's go to the journal just to see what we'll have as message. All right, and here we can see it clearly. So we have a buy trade. The buy trade, if I zoom in, it is clearly at once this candle has closed, I have the buy that is took at the high of the previous candle, which it's the ask price. I have my stop loss, which is at 500 point. I can see it here, and I have my take profit, which is just here at 2 times 500, so 1000 points. So now in the EA you have a stop loss in points, and we have a stop loss take profit. If I want to benefit more from, let's say, the buffer that are here, let's say I want really to, whenever I open a trade, for example, I'm gonna put the stop loss at the lowest of these 3 buffers as example. So what can I do in this case? In this case, simple. I'm gonna get back here. I'm gonna create an enum like the one that is here. However, I'm gonna use it as an enum for stop loss. I'm gonna use it for other type of stop loss later during this episode. So I'm gonna call it enum my stop loss. The first one, it would be points. The second one, it would be, let's say, lowest band. And the third one, it would be the swing. All right. Let us now work on the lowest band stop loss. All right, let's start this one. First, in my trade, so on check trade, and the buy and the sell, what I would need to do is to take, let me go back to my indicator. So basically I need the 0, the 1, and the 2. Check which is the highest for a sell, and check which is the lowest for a buy. So go back here, I'm gonna take the first 3, Control C. I'm gonna be here, and basically for the stop loss, what I'm gonna do, I have the ask price, I'm gonna keep it. Now I have a if stop loss type, I forgot to add the stop loss type, equal points. I'm gonna add it just in a few. Basically I'm gonna move this inside it, and else basically we're gonna work with the buffer. So before I move forward, just let me define the stop loss point. And in fact, it's not lowest band, it's bands, because it can be the lowest or the highest bands if we are on a buy or a sell. And here we're gonna put input enum underscore my stop loss, input stop loss type, equal points. And here we can put stop loss. All right, if I go back, I'm here, I'm in a buy here. This wouldn't work. It should be just stop loss. I'm gonna put here double stop loss equal to 0. Alright, so if it's point, we keep it as it is. If it is not point, we have the three that we need to read. And we're gonna pay attention not to read the current candle. We're gonna take the candles that just closed. And we're gonna put if, no, simply stop loss equal, we're on a buy, so it's math min, and we're gonna put the G underscore offer 0, 0, and G underscore buffer 1, 0, and I'm gonna put G underscore buffer 2, 0. I'm gonna do the max of the max. Math min. So here I'm taking really the minimum of all these three, and this would be my stop loss. Take profit, it would not change, it says keyword, I should be good. I'm gonna do the same for the sell scenario. I'm just gonna paste. However, my stop loss when it is a sell, it's a bid minus this. I no longer need this. And in case of a sell, basically I'm not gonna get the minimum or get the maximum. And if I compile, have problem, input stop loss, it's in capital letter, and same above. Input stop loss. I compile, still. It's equal. Alright, so here basically we're good. If I go back just for my thing, I'm gonna put just bands. So I'm gonna check now the bands. I'm gonna put a start. I'm gonna switch to my tester. Let me go a little bit. And here basically we took a buy. The stop loss is on the lowest of these three bands. However, the take profit is not good. Why? Let us go back to the code. Take profit. Okay. The take profit, I'm just taking the input stop loss. I'm not taking really this stop loss. So wherever I have this stop loss, I need to calculate. Okay. We'll do it differently. We're gonna put this one here. So if I'm based on points, I'm gonna calculate the take profit and stop loss based on points, which is logical. And when I'm not in points, basically here what we have calculated, it's not really the points of stop loss. We really calculated the price. So the price that is here on the lowest of the bands. So in order to know how much points we have, we need to calculate the points. So simply we can put int stop loss points equal. So here we have a buy scenario. So we have a ask minus stop loss divided by points. So what we did here, just we took the distance between the ask and the stop loss and we divided by points, the value of the point, to know how much points we have. And in this case, simple, we can go back, take the take profit that is here, we're gonna put it here, and instead of putting input stop loss, we're gonna put stop loss points. And we should be good. Let me do the same for the sell scenario. Right, equal to 0. Here we're good, and for this one we're gonna put input stop loss points equal, in this case it will be stop loss minus bid, because stop loss is higher than the bid, and I'm just gonna divide by points, and after that I'm gonna just take here, take profit equal bid minus stop loss points. And if I compile, I'm good. It's just here doesn't, it's an integer, and we can have a double throw, so you can just cast meaning you're gonna just take the integer part of this information up. Alright, so basically we should be good. Let me stop first the backtester before compiling. So that's good. Compile. Alright, compilation successful. Let's go back to here. And oops. And let's start. And now if I go back to the backtester, let me just make it a little bit faster. I'm gonna pause it, I'm gonna take the trade, and here we have the trade. Now we have the stop loss here, which was good, and if I move up, I have the profit, which is the double of the stop loss. So we are good. So that's an idea. A third option I talked about is to do the swing. So let us jump to the code and explain how I do the swing. Alright, now let us start with the swing. Before I'm getting the swing, let me get back just to my screen and explain to you an easy way to determine a swing. There's different ways, and I'm not gonna cover all of them. However, I'm gonna cover a simple way. Let's say I have this one. This one is a swing, alright? But is a swing, why? Because the low of this point is lower than what we have at the left and lower of what we have at the right. And this is the way the gravity band indicator, whenever we have this breakout, it means we break this swing high, that we have 5 candles at the left and we have 5 candles at the right. So I'm going to use the same logic that we have in gravity bands to determine the swings. So let's say I have a trade right here. I want to know where should I put my stop loss. So I'm going to read starting here back. I'm gonna put, let's say I'm gonna read 200 candles, because you cannot just keep reading all the history. You're gonna read 200 candles, and you're gonna check the low. If the low of a candle is lower than 5 candles to the left, and it is lower than 5 candles to the right, then this is a swing. The same for the swing high. So whenever a swing high, it's have a high that is higher than the 5 candles to the right, and higher than 5 candles to the left, then this is a swing. In reality, I'm not gonna use 5 by 5. I'm gonna use whatever I have here inside my configuration. So I have already the left bar and the right bar. So I'm gonna use those inputs to determine this 5 and 5. Well, they are 5 in my inputs, but you can change them however you want. So let us jump back to the code. Inside the code, basically we have already all the functions that we need except one, which is getting the swing high and getting the swing low. And when we get the swing high and the swing low, basically we are calculating a stop loss. And from the stop loss, we're going to calculate the stop loss points and determine the take profit later on. So let's start just with the functions of get swing high and get swing low. So basically those functions will return back a price. So it's a double, get swing low as example. It doesn't take an inputs because gonna start from the current candle, and you have already the input left bar and right bar. So it's gonna start really checking from the input right bars. Why input right bars? If I go back to the screen, if I'm here and I want to check where is my low, I need 5 candle to the right. So I cannot start here. I need to go back 5 and do my checks. So I can start with input right bar. I'm gonna put int and so basically you can put it to 100. I'm gonna just scan the last 200, and I'm gonna basically take a 4 pop int equal to start. Going back until I become end. So here I'm making sure I'm scanning the last 200 bars approximately. Now what I will do, basically, first things, I'm gonna read the low. So I have a double low equal I low symbol current period, and the shift basically it's I. So I'm reading the low of the candle. I want to check if it is a swing or not, so I can put is swing as example, and by default I'll put a true. And now I need to check the left and to check the right. Let me put just some check left. So if condition, the condition here, I'm gonna start with L equal to 1. I want to compare the current candle. L smaller or equal to input left bars, and L plus plus. So L for left. And here what I will do basically, if I minus L smaller than 0, so basically now I'm at the right, so I need to stop, and I put is swing equal to false, and I break. Whenever I break, meaning I leave this candle and I go to the next candle. However, as I'm not yet on my candle, so I'm not on I, because I'm on the I candle now and I'm checking the left side of it. I can go and put if I low symbol period. Not sure why I have put period current here. I can just put periods, and I minus L smaller than the low here that we just calculated. If is smaller than is swing equal to false, and I break. So the idea here, I'm just checking the 5 left bars. Whenever I hit I, so I'm at I bar, so there's no swing. There's no left swing at least. If I'm still not at I, I'm checking the low of I minus L. So let's say I'm on candle 8. Let me go to the screen to be simpler for you. Let's say I'm here. This is I. So I'm taking these 5 and I'm gonna go L equal to this one, then this one, then this one, then this one, then this one, etc. So as soon as I'm back to the candle, I'm checking. No, I'm getting out, and if any low of these low is lower than this one, also I'm putting the swing as false. And now I need to check right. It's almost the same, but the other way around. So let me copy paste it, and we're gonna do the changes together. So if int and here I need to define L and now it's R for right, and R and inputs right bars, and I'm gonna go R plus plus. If I here for the right, I'm no more doing negative, it's a positive. So I plus R. No, it's a little bit different here. I plus R is not zero, it's bigger than the bars that we have in the symbol, meaning I'm gonna go left until I have no more bars. So bars underscore symbol underscore period. In this case, I'm gonna break. And I low symbol I plus R. As smaller than low, then swing false. And if everything is okay, we're gonna tell if is swing, then we're gonna return low, and finally we can return 0 if I didn't find the swing. So that's for the swing low. Let me compile. Oops. Usually compile, you have an error, you go just for the first error, and whenever you are on the first error, you can know what's happening. So unexpected token. Here it's a 4. I'm going in loop and I'm not checking. Alright. Swing. Alright, and then fire. Alright. Inputs. Now we should be good. One more. We have close time to time. So if I have a swing in the 4, I'm good, I'm out, and if I don't have a swing, I'm just gonna return 0. Alright, so now I'm good. Let us do also the swing high. So the swing high, I'm gonna copy and paste, and I'm gonna do the same thing. However, I'm gonna do it with I high instead of I low. So I take this as is, Control V, get swing high. So int right bars at 200. Here I'm not gonna change anything. However, instead of low, I'm gonna go for high, and it is I high for the candle. Swing equal to force, and then I'm gonna check the left. This I'm gonna not change it. This should be good. However, here I will have I high or equals high. That's not a swing, and whenever I'm doing the right bar, so R plus I'm good. However, here I'm gonna put I high and same equal to high. Compile. Oops. 1 and then 5. Okay, I'm returning here high if it's a swing. So I'm good now. I have the get high, that get low. Here inside my buy trade. So if input stop loss type equal bands, then I do this. However, also I'm on the part where I'm doing the structure. Stop loss will equal get swing low. After that, I'm gonna define the stop loss points. I'm gonna define the TP, and I'm good. However, if I don't have a swing in the last 200, I'm returning 0. So we may need to handle this one. So maybe let's say here we can tell if stop loss equal 0. In this case, it's we have an error, so print no swing low, no trade, and we're just gonna return, not gonna take the trade. And the same can be done for the sell. So here the sell, else if I made a mistake, I'm gonna correct it. If input stop loss type equal bands, no, equal, yeah, bands. And here the mistake I made is this one. So there's an else if. And finally here, else I'm gonna copy whatever I had here and adapt it. So get swing high, stop loss equal to 0, so no swing high and not gonna trade. However, if I have the stop loss point, so it's a stop loss minus bid, and here I have my bid minus stop loss point and protect the reward. Basically, I should be good. Let me compile. I'm good. Let us jump to the tester. Here we're gonna just set swing high low. We're gonna hit start. I'm gonna go to the back tester, and we're gonna go slowly here just to check everything working as it should be. All right, let me pause. So here, whenever we took a stop loss, the stop loss is at 526. So we know it's really not the 500 of input stop loss. And how we did this, if I zoom in, and we're gonna do this exercise together, I have my stop loss basically on this low. This low is lowest than 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 candle, and this low is lowest than 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 candle. You have plenty of candles here, but none of them is lower than 5 candles to the right and to the left. And if I let it go, basically we should be good. So that's the idea here. So how we do the calculation. With this basically we are able to a little bit automate. Of course, if you want to include all the rules that are in the version 1.8 of the strategy, there's a lot of work to be done. Hopefully the EA that will be launched for gravity bands will contain all of those. But at least you have a framework now for all who have bought the indicator. They can start building their own EA, their own idea on it. And this episode comes to an end. In this episode, we really checked how we can use the gravity band indicator so we can take trades. Also, we have talked about the type of stop loss, the stop loss based on the band and stop loss based on the swing. This code can be downloaded. You can check just the link in the description of this video. You have a link to download this code, and you can use it to create your own EA. Just to know, this EA is very simple, doesn't have filters, doesn't have really a trading plans inside. It's just technical framework to help you out if anyone have the indicator and wants to build his own EA. Well, that's the moment, or that's the way you can start building it. Until next time, don't hesitate to let me know if you have any comments, even on this YouTube or on our Discord group. And until next time, don't hesitate to like our video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell button so you can receive all new videos from our site. Thanks a lot and happy trading.